Gather round, you little ghouls and goblins. It's time for below grade level. Creepy, crawly, spooky, scary. How frightening is this book? I'd say very.
Hello and welcome to Below Grade Level, the show where we take the books we read as kids and read them as adults and ruin them. I'm one of your hosts, Jonathan Eaton. With me, as always, is Bekah Eaton.
Hello.
And Chris Zaleski.
Hello.
Kind of just fumbled through a little bit of that, but that's fine. It doesn't matter. Joining us to continue reading Christopher Pike's Chain Letter is returning champion, Huey Hesson. Hi, Huey!
Hello there, Jonathan.
How are you
Pleasure to
doing?
be here. I'm doing well today. I'm excited to delve into the world of Pike.
Yeah, I couldn't remember.
I was a Pikesman back in the day, so
I couldn't remember if you've read Pike with us before.
I don't think I've read any Pike with you before. I did Sweet Valley Low.
Yeah.
And
Kid Midas.
I did Kid Midas, and I think
Yeah.
I might have done a Goosebumps before that.
I remember we did My Teacher's an Alien.
Yes,
And
that's right.
might
We
have
did do
done
that.
Goosebumps. But yeah, I'm really
Bruce
excited.
Coville's the GOAT.
He is. No, honestly, Christopher Pike's the GOAT. He's the one that we keep going back to the most, I think.
Did Pike do Spooksville?
Oh, I don't know. That's a good
I've
question.
never heard of that.
That doesn't ring a bell.
It was like an alternative Goosebumps with a cast who continued through every book. It was like they went through. It was like basically a bunch of different Goosebump books with the same four kids.
Well, that's kind of like that other series that we read
the
one
Phantom
of.
Valley.
Yeah.
Yeah. That I also want to go back to.
Yeah.
Spooksville.
Yeah, I would. If I had to guess without looking it up, I'd say no, just because
I'm gonna make a note.
I don't really know if Pike wrote anything for like Goosebumps aged kids.
Spooksville sounds too cute for this maniac.
Yeah,
No
he's
bullshit. He did write Spooksville, and
Oh,
there's
shit.
like 28 of them.
What?
Yeah.
There's more Pike
Wait, there's a TV series?
that we
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
know
The TV
about?
series wasn't as good, but the book series was awesome.
Oh man, ugh.
Sorry, guys.
Our work will never be
It's a-
finished.
TV show in 2013. There were 22 episodes.
Whoa, that's crazy. Did you ever read besides Spooksville? Did you ever read any Christopher Pike?
I did, but I would be hard pressed to remember the names of them.
Okay.
I definitely did read Christopher Pike more than Spooksville though, because I liked Spooksville, and I was like, what more does this guy do? There's a book fair.
You're like, oh, there's more adult fare.
Yeah.
I also definitely read Christopher Pike as a kid, but I remember so little that I am constantly shocked by what we are reading on the show when we read these books. So I guess, Bekah, can you catch Huey and the listener up on what happened last time?
Yes.
On Chain Letter?
The whole last time was a flashback to the night of the incident.
Mm-hmm.
And it's basically exactly what we thought. It takes place after a Beach Boys concert. They're all at a Beach Boys concert and drinking contraband beer in the parking lot and driving recklessly.
Like through the desert?
Who was driving? I think Tony was driving
Tony
the car.
was driving, yeah.
Yeah. Tony's driving. He's a little tipsy. They're all drunk and being annoying. And then they hit a guy. They can't find his wallet. They search him to try to find his wallet. They can't find it. And they decide to bury him out there. And I don't know if anyone else knows this, but Neil slips his crucifix in there with the body.
I forgot about that
which
detail, but I'm
is
sure
such a
that
stupid
comes
thing
back.
to do that I'm sure is a
Chekhov's
plot point.
crucifix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's basically it. There were a lot of details that were not that interesting.
Yeah. My brother Jason was our last guest, and I remember him kind of pointing out that, like, wow, Christopher Pike really has an amazing way of spending, like, an entire page describing 1 second of time.
Yeah. He really slows things down. Really
like
breaks it down for you.
He really does.
There's like a whole thing in the car happening where Kip was playing a cassette tape of a teacher fucking one of the students, but the student was the girl Joan, but then it turned out to be Kip doing both of their voices.
Yeah, it was like
because I guess he's a master of fucking impressions.
It's like a joke tape that he made.
Yeah.
And then was just like, oh, I happen.
And that went
oh,
on for
this'll
a
be
long,
fun.
Let me
long
segue this
time.
into conversation.
Yeah.
That did go on for forever, and it did cause the crash.
Yeah. They were being all grabby and angry about it. Dodging tumbleweeds and shit.
Well, I'm really excited. Huey, do you have any questions before we jump right in?
No. I think it would be better to just, leap in, both feet forward.
Okay, cool. Well, let's do it then.
We only read one chapter?
We only read the one chapter. If you look,
Pike's hard to get through.
A couple pages, I wrote the chapter pages, and I think chapter 3 is the longest one of the entire book.
Yeah, chapter 4 is 10 pages.
Chapter
3, I don't know how to do math, but it's page 26 to 43.
That's too many. That's too many pages of this.
Chapter 5 is 6 pages. So we'll get through at least chapter wise. It'll feel like we're making progress.
Yeah. All right, we are on chapter.
I hate when you're reading a book and the chapters are normal, and then you get a really, really long chapter, and you're like, I feel like I'm doing a bad job of reading. I have so much left. I can just see the percentage or like the minutes left to read on my Kindle, and I'm like, God damn it.
That was how I felt. I know we've talked about the Pendergast book series multiple times on this show.
We really need a spin-off podcast.
We do. Pendercasting.
Yes,
I think we decided.
I'll start reading them.
Yeah, start reading them.
Chris, you'll fly through them.
The last book that I read
they're so good.
Had this weird subplot involving Arthur Conan Doyle and Oscar Wilde and a lost Sherlock Holmes story. Mind you, these are graphic murder mysteries. These are always like, and then his eyeball popped out
gruesome.
And burst like a grape. Yeah. Like they're always really disgustingly graphic, and it's always a murder mystery. And then this wrinkle was thrown in, and at a certain point, the book just stops dead, and it's like, here's the Sherlock Holmes story. And I'm like, I gotta read Sherlock Holmes now. I want to find out who the fuck is burning these people alive.
Yeah.
But no, I had to sit there and read Sherlock Holmes for what felt like 10 days.
I skimmed.
I'm a slow reader. Yeah. Anyway, Christopher Pike's chain letter.
I just want to point out that this is just a wall of text.
Christopher Pike, give me a break. The rehearsal was going lousy. Wow. Cool. So we're back to the play. Good. I was really hoping we would get back to the play.
I forgot. What was the play? Did they say what it was?
You can't take it with you. That's the name of the play.
Is? Oh.
This early in the morning, before first period, it was always hard to concentrate. Allison would have preferred working on You Can't Take It With You after school. But their drummer teacher,
Drummer teacher?
Their drama teacher. What did I say? Drummer teacher?
Drummer teacher.
Their drummer teacher, Mr. Hoglin, had the erroneous...
Spelled like it sounds.
Spelled exactly like it sounds. Had the erroneous belief that they were freshest, closest to sunrise, and could give him their best effort only when the birds were singing. Mr. Hoglin sounds like a fucking weirdo. Trans-swiping of the living room props was not helping matters. Allison had difficulty... I don't know what that means. Allison had difficulty getting into her Alice role. Furious about that. When she was supposed to look out the window and she had to stare into a featureless wall. But the biggest problem this morning was Brenda, who was playing Alice's sister, Essie. Essentially, the play was about Alice's introduction of her fiancé's super straight parents to her own super wacky family. Brenda, though she would never admit
it's
it, was...
It's like Birdcage.
Oh, it is! Wait, Birdcage was based on a play.
Oh, was it based on You Can't Take It With You?
It was based on a French play, so I don't think so. Okay. Brenda, though she would never admit it, was effective only when playing weird characters. Essie's constant spastic dancing and frequent airhead one-liners created a role perfectly suited to her talents. Brenda, however, had already made it clear she disliked playing an, quote, unattractive geek. She was going out of her way this morning to re-emphasize the point. She had added loud-mouthed brain damage to Essie's character. In other words, Brenda was trying to drown out the rest of the cast. She was getting on Allison's nerves. Yeah, sounds like it.
Screaming all of your lines.
Jesus Christ. Brenda, take it down a notch. Normally, Allison loved being on stage. Turning into someone else seemed entirely natural to her. In her brief career, she had played a conniving cat? From Cats?
Probably.
Which one's conniving? Rumpleteaser?
Or the Cheshire Cat.
McCavity.
Oh, McCavity.
I only remember from the movie he seemed like a scamp.
Yeah, it's
he was
true.
always yelling, McCavity!
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 Apparating.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck happened to that movie.
It's every ounce of willpower is taking me not to talk about cats right now. A conniving cat, a seductive vampire, a spoiled daughter, and even a psychotic murderer. And she had to wonder if she hadn't at one time been all of those things in past lives. She had felt so at home in their brains.
Okay.
Really stretching the sentences out.
She had to
Jesus. wonder
if she hadn't. I thought you might have added an extra had, but no, that's what they gave you.
I added very little to all of that because it was, I'm going to be honest, really, really hard for me to read.
I mean, the fact that they put essay right next to essentially or essay, like this is criminal.
Where's your editor?
Christopher Pike.
Well, it was like that Nancy Drew book with Bess Asked.
Bess asked and George urged.
George urged. Oh boy. But she realized a lot of her pleasure from acting came from simple ego gratification. She loved having people's attention totally focused on
You
her.
don't fucking say.
Oh, I spelled Hoglin wrong.
Oh.
I thought it was Hoglin with an I, like Boglin.
Oh, sorry, Hoglan.
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 Mr. Hoglan.
It's like a pig computer party.
Oh, that would be so cute. All sitting there at their little desks.
Oh my god. Oh.
Let's go again, Mr. Hoglin called from the last row of the small auditorium. A short, pear-shaped, middle-aged man with a thin gray beard and thick, jet-black toupee. He was a superb instructor, knowing how to offer advice that did not cramp one's individual style. He was being very patient with Brenda this morning. From the top, Allison asked. She was the only one on stage not holding a copy of the play. She always made it a practice to immediately memorize her lines. This also annoyed Brenda.
We call that off book.
No, start from, he's vice president of Kirby and Company. Allison nodded, taking her position. Mr. Hoglin gave a cue, and she walked toward the coffee table, or where the coffee table was supposed to be, saying, No, he's vice president of Kirby and Company, Mr. Anthony Kirby, Jr. The boss's son? Brenda asked with way too much enthusiasm. Wow, this is going to go on for a little while. Well, their mother said. Penny was played by Sandra Thompson, and overweight Sandy already looked like someone's mother.
Cool.
She was a fine actress, though. I saw something online that was like, I probably have already said it on this podcast because all these books have so much fat shaming.
Oh my god.
Like, there should be a Bechdel test for overweight characters.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Fortunately, at that moment,
That's another flaw of the Pendergast books. Those authors really, really loved a fat
eased up
shame.
on it. I
Yeah.
think they've eased up on it over time, but the early 90s books were really...
And it's almost always like a
unforgiving.
security guard. It's almost always
yeah.
like just a grossly overweight security guard. And they're
The cops and like figures of authority are always very bumbling. And bumbling means you're overweight, of course.
Exactly.
We all know this.
We all know.
Where, fortunately at that moment, they were interrupted. It was not Mr. Hoglin, but a kid, a freshman probably, in running shorts, standing at the open back door. He was talking excitedly about something on the gymnasium. What is it, young man? Mr. Hoglin asked, unperturbed as ever. Oh, I sounded more perturbed than he probably did.
You've got to see it, the kid exclaimed, and then he was gone. Allison did not know why Brenda and she did not immediately put two and two together because
He did
they were
the
idiots.
there's no time to explain thing.
Yeah.
I don't have time to explain.
Follow me.
Yeah.
I don't have time
I
to
can't
explain
tell
why I
you,
don't
I'll
have time to
show
explain
you.
it.
I've always wanted to say that in real life.
I would be so annoyed. I'd just stand in place and wait for you to come back.
As they hurried into the hallway after the rest of the class, the caretaker was not even on their minds. That's what he called himself, the caretaker.
Yeah, that makes even
well,
less
he
sense.
calls himself a bunch of shit.
You sure are in a bad mood this morning, Brenda said as they strode from beneath the wing of the auditorium into the bright morning sun. The day was going to be another cooker. Built in the 50s of red brick and austere practicality, Grant High did not have air conditioning. During the months close to summer, sitting in class was more a dehydrating experience than an educational one. And who's the other one?
It's
That's
like being
Allison.
at work.
All right. Thank goodness we can't say the same about Essie. And what's that supposed to mean? Get off it, Brenda. You'd think your character was doing a monologue. Not all of us have as many lines as some people. Some of us have to do the most with what we've got. All right, every time the page moves, I lose my place.
I know it's not as smooth as it looks like on my screen.
All right, where the hell am I?
Some of us shouldn't.
Some of us shouldn't try to substitute volume for quality. Brenda ran a hand through her blonde hair, which looked oily and uncombed. Don't hassle me right now. I'm exhausted. I hardly slept last night. It was a long shift at the yard. The caretaker came back then. Not that he'd been far away. Allison was also tired. She'd seen every hour on the clock between 2 and 6 in the morning. Twice, she'd gone to the window to stare at the empty tract that surrounded her house. You mean just land?
Oh, I forgot. Doesn't she lives in like an empty development?
Oh, yeah.
I feel like
there
that's
was
gonna come
something
back
about
up.
a tract. Chris, you had a prediction that the tract was haunted.
Yeah, like it was built on an Indian burial ground or something.
Yeah.
Let's see. The moon had been full, bathing the neighboring fields, shrub-packed fields, not unlike where they had gotten lost coming home from the concert. It was weird how fate had brought her to this spot that so resembled that one place in the whole world that filled her with dread. They rounded a corner, almost colliding with the group that had gathered, and discovered that Fran had not gotten much sleep last night either.
Shocking.
Their mascot, sweet smiling Teddy, now had a rather sinister black and red goat's head.
Awesome.
Lunch at Grant High was usually a humdrum affair. You either bought a greasy hamburger at the snack bar and went to a preordained clique, or else you
I like clique.
or else that's the French version of that movie. Click.
Yes.
Or else you took a hop over to a nearby mall and had a greasy hamburger there, and talked to much the same people you would have talked to had you stayed at school. The mall was, nevertheless, the preferable place to hang out. The courtyard in the center of school was cramped, and the benches were the grossest obscenity etched pieces of wood in all of California.
Damn.
When Allison grabbed Fran prior to bawling her out, what? I don't know what that means. She planned on getting off campus the instant she was sure Tony was not staying. If nothing else, the chain letter had given her a great excuse to talk to him. Who is this? This is Allison?
Allison.
Okay.
Yeah, Allison.
Fran, you could have killed yourself doing the job alone, she scolded in hushed tones, glancing around to make sure they were not being overheard, searching for Tony. Do you like it? Fran asked, dark circles under her eyes.
Oh, poor Fran.
What do you mean? Of course I don't like it. It's disgusting. Fran was very desensitive to criticism of her artwork. I don't care, as long as he likes it. And how do you know it's a he? Kip is of the opinion one of us girls blabbed about the accident. He thinks you were the one. I know what he thinks. Shh. I didn't tell anybody. Fran said in a loud whisper. Allison studied her pinched face, her trembling lips, and believed her. Fran would more likely have talked about the nude poster of David Bowie that she had painted. The only reason Allison knew about it was because Brenda had told her. She did not know how Brenda had found out about it. I assume this is still.
We're
Fran.
just glossing over that.
Yeah, just
Just
blast
going
right past
it,
nude
yeah.
David Bowie. Okay, don't get upset. I
But
know you're
she's
good at keeping-
inexperienced, so when she drew the junk, it was just that hand juggling the ball.
Oh yeah.
From Labyrinth.
Oh.
Oh man.
Okay, don't get upset. I know you're whatever. Go back up a little bit. Sorry.
Sorry.
That's okay.
I'm doing it so badly.
Yeah, you are.
Okay, don't get upset. I know you're good at keeping secrets.
When she painted naked David Bowie, she was like, I call this part the thin white duke.
That's a thin white dick.
Damn it!
It's too... God but
damn
why
it.
did you have to keep this a secret? I would have helped you.
Furious.
Also, my first thought was naked picture of Bowie.
Mhm.
I was thinking, if that existed, I think I would have seen it by now. I think we all would have seen it by now.
I feel like he would have been like, look.
Yeah.
Look at me. Yeah.
It'd have been the cover of one of the albums.
Seriously,
exactly.
it would have been.
I think down there it just like looks like a galaxy.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah. Like Pennywise's dead lights.
Yeah.
Just get
I've
your
always
hypnotized.
pictured
Dick
it's like an
lights.
MC Escher dick. Like it seems like it's going in every direction. Sorry.
Holy shit.
Mind the stairwell.
Mind
Oh.
the gap.
I'm tired of picturing these things.
Oh, I don't know who's talking. Who's talking? Was Allison talking?
At some point.
Huey finished that first dialogue line, so you could start. the second one.
I know, I just mean, like, I literally don't, it doesn't fucking say, some of these books will be like, and then this person
Fran.
said this, and then, you know, like, but I feel like his books, it's just dialogue. Fran, I didn't want you to get in trouble if a janitor came by. The bravery was uncharacteristic of Fran. It made Allison wonder just a tiny bit. Did you send the letter to Kip? This morning, I whited out my name, and I typed it in the second column. You could have just given it to him. But the instructions said mail it. How would whoever know? Oh, never mind. Oh, damn. What is it? Fran asked, springing to her toes. Joan Zaleski.
It's Zuchlensky
Sorry. Joan Zuchlensky.
or Zaklensky.
Zaklensky, distant relative of Chris, strutted in a black leather skirt and a silky white blouse, was plowing toward them. Here comes the queen of the roller derby, Allison whispered.
It's a cool relative.
She smiled brightly. Hello, Joni! Joan hated being called Joni. She wasn't fond of small talk either. Where's Tony and Neil? She demanded. Allison put her hand to her mouth. Why, for the life of me, I can't remember where I tied their leashes. And then she paused for laughter. Nowadays, it was always this way between them. Why ask me? I'm not their master. Joan smiled slowly, chewing her lower lip, not out of nervousness, but because she was bad. That was in italics.
It said that?
Yes!
God.
Yes, it did. That's right. You don't got no guy at your beck and call. She shifted her gray eyes. I loved your goat, Fran. I'm changing her voice very slightly because I don't want to do the throaty thing, but I think this works. Thank you, Fran mumbled. Eyes
So willowy.
downcast. Oh, Fran. It looks just like you, Joan went on. So, Allie, what do you think of this caretaker? That he might be the perfect one to put you in your place. Joan liked that and laughed. Ha 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 ha! Whatever he wants me to do, it won't be bad enough. And then she bit on her lower lip again. She glanced at her hand, which
She ate a cigarette.
Oh my god! For real, that, like, she glanced at her hand, which she had propped against the tree. You know, like a fucking cool guy. And her face changed. Joan had a phenomenal tan. Rumor had it that she sunbathed nude in her backyard, and not always alone. What? But suddenly she turned bedsheet white. There's a onomatopoeia for you to do.
Eee! She shrieked, slapping her hand frantically. What's wrong? Allison asked, at a complete loss. A spider! Joan stamped the ground with her hard-tipped black leather boots. Allison chuckled. Big bad Joan. So what? It won't bite. It did bite me. Joan stopped her dance and took a couple of hot breaths, quickly regaining her composure.
What's a hot breath?
She knew she'd overreacted and was embarrassed. I can't picture, like, what kind of bad girl is she supposed to be?
I think, like, what's her face
She's got, like,
from the end of
steel-toed
Grease?
boots.
I'm literally picturing...
Just like Bad Sandy?
Bad Sandy.
Okay.
That's what I'm picturing.
I was picturing the bad girl from Crybaby, their little crew,
I never saw
like the
that.
blonde one. Oh,
I never saw that,
Oh,
but...
Tracy Lords?
was it Tracy Lords? Oh, was it?
I think so.
But just, like,
Well,
female
yeah.
greaser. I think I'm just thinking
Yeah.
of, like, Lady Greaser.
Okay.
I was thinking Fairuza Balk from Waterboy.
Oh, also, yeah.
Or from The Craft, or from anything.
I was just going to say, or just anything she's ever
Fairuza
been
Balk
in.
from Life.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm on board with that. So, she said evenly, do you know where Tony is? Allison turned to Fran. Do you think we should insist she go to the hospital before the venom can reach her heart? She couldn't resist the prodding, though she knew from experience it was not a good idea to humiliate Joan. The jerk had a long memory.
I'm just, all I can think of is the biggest spider I think I ever saw in my life yesterday.
Yeah.
It was like this big. It's fucked up. I'm on her side.
So far, I don't think Joan has been mean to them at all, and Allison has been incredibly mean.
Yeah, they all the girls hate Joan, and she has so
But
far
Allison's the worst.
yeah.
Yeah. Joan raised one finger. This letter reminds me of something I always wanted to tell you. I know you purposely faked car problems the night of the concert so you could ride home with Tony. What do you have to say about that?
Gasp.
That you're absolutely right, Allison lied. Allie, Fran whined. Sounds like you're pretty hard up, Joan said. Sounds like you're afraid of losing what you don't have, Allison said.
Oh my god.
We're not passing the Bechdel here. Joan moved her finger to within an inch of Allison's nose.
Oh god.
The purple nail was long, sharp. Just keep your distance from Tony, she said coldly.
Oh shit.
Allison threw her head back and laughed. Why, will I be... ... The caretaker's letter flashed before her eyes. Will I be hurt? Joan smiled again, a sly sort of smile that seemed to cherish forbidden pleasure. You know that smile teenage girls have.
Yeah, of course.
Remember, she said, you've been told. She patted the top of Fran's head as if she were a pet, then walked away.
That's a power move.
Yeah.
Just words, Allison thought, doubtful.
Are Joan and Tony an item? I cannot remember who's dating who.
Doesn't matter.
I know. I was going to go
Yeah.
through and like write everything down. I know that they almost fucked, but then I thought
That's what I'm
I just
thinking
assumed they stopped dating after that, but maybe they are.
of. That's the forbidden pleasure she's cherishing, or whatever the fuck
Yes,
it said.
almost fucking that boy. They saw Tony and Neil minutes later approaching from opposite the direction Joan had disappeared.
Allison had never before had the pleasure of having Tony walking straight toward her. Neil struggled by his side, a head shorter, his long brown hair in need of a brush.
He was always walking diagonally.
He was always sidling up like a crab.
Like playing chess. I can only come at you from this direction.
Yeah.
He was born with a strange condition. His right foot was a left foot, and his left foot was a right foot.
Oh my god. It's a miracle he could play football.
Yet he was the first to smile, and Allison was quick to smile back. Neil's smile next to Joan's was like putting the Easter Bunny beside a boa constrictor. "Neil's with him," Fran whispered nervously. "This is the best chance you've been waiting for," Allison whispered back, speaking for both of them, her heart cruising along at a comfortable
Fran
eight-
like Neil?
I think so.
I don't think I have that in my chart.
I think so.
at a comfortable 800 beats a minute. Fran gulped. I could wait a little longer. She began to inch away. Allison grabbed her arm. "If you split now, I'll tell Neil that you had an erotic dream about him last night." "You wouldn't dare!" "And I'll tell him you drew a picture about it when you woke up." Fran decided to stay. The boys arrived moments later. Allison was pleasantly surprised when Neil offered his hand to both of them. Politeness was never out of place in her book. Tony looked so cool. But before they could so much as finish...
like he shook their hands, or he like helped them off of a seated position?
offered his hand, so I guess
Maybe he just like pulled it off and threw it at him.
Probably.
I was thinking it's like a king
I don't need
where you,
these.
like you do this, like kiss my hand.
And that's
Tony
polite of him
offered
to
it,
do.
though?
Yeah.
Neil offered that.
Okay, Neil offered that.
I always think I'm polite when I do that to strangers.
But before they could so much as finish their hellos to one another, the principal of Grant High, Mr. Gregory Hall, joined their foursome. What a word choice. No
Yeah.
doubt Allison would have panicked and Fran would have fainted had he looked the least angry. A tall, thin man with a scarecrow face, Mr. Hall took care of his duties from behind the scenes. Less than half the student body even knew he existed. He must have had a photographic memory, however, for he greeted each of them by their first names.
What is he, the Wizard of Oz? What the fuck?
It was mainly you, Fran, that I wished to speak to, Mr. Hall said when they were through saying hello and commenting on the hot weather. Me? Yes, about the terrible thing that happened to the gymnasium mascot. Fran went as still as the tree beside them. I guess it wasn't windy that day.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Hall nodded sympathetically, for all the wrong reasons. I know how you must feel. I can promise when I find out who was responsible for this desecration, I will personally see to it that he is expelled. Personally, Fran said. What I was wondering is, would it be possible for you to redo the picture? Not necessarily right away, but whenever you feel sufficiently ahead in your schoolwork. I'm meeting with the board of supervisors this afternoon. I'm going to ask if we couldn't pay you for the job. Mr. Hall smiled. How does that sound? Fran could have swallowed her tongue.
Oh.
Allison spoke up. She would be happy to do it, wouldn't you, Fran? Fran nodded. Allison added, I think the job should be worth at least $100. I was going to ask for 200. Mr. Hall looked hopeful. So, do we have a deal?
It's like 400 bucks.
Fran managed to move her head up and down a couple of times.
I feel like Fran would be like, yes, $25.
That sounds fair.
Yes. Or no, she'd be like, yes, here's $200.
For the privilege.
Wonderful. Now, if I could steal you away from your friends for a few minutes to sign a paper to that effect, it would make my proposal to the board that much easier.
Wow, how official.
Mr.
A paper? Like letters come on?
Mr. Hall practically had to carry Fran to the administration building. He must have thought the poor girl was heartbroken over the ruin of her creation. The three of them got a good laugh out of it. But once again, before they could even start a conversation,
Allison
they
is
had
not
another
nice.
interruption.
No, she's not. She's very unsympathetic.
Neil this time, trying to excuse himself. Oh, hold on. What's Tony's voice?
Tony is
like a
California Blue Blood. Neil is Bill Clinton.
What is California Blue Blood? Do one.
Yes.
Oh, got it. Yes, can be. Got it. All right. Where do you have to go? Tony asked, surprised. And Neil is my locker. He flashed a quick smile. Have a nice lunch. He turned to leave. Hey, Tony said. Gotta go, Neil called over his shoulder, limping away. Could he be chasing after Fran? Allison asked, hopefully. Tony stared at her thoughtfully, a strand of blonde hair touching near one of his blue eyes. She had to resist the temptation to brush it aside.
No, he's not, he said quietly. His seriousness, his certainty startled her. So many S's. She likes him at any rate. I wasn't sure if he knew. Tony went to speak, caught himself. Neil likes everybody, he said. He's a great guy. She hardly knew him. Tony leaned against the tree and smiled, not wishing to change the subject. But isn't this a fine mess we're in? Any profound revelations strike you during the night? Not really, unless you call nightmares revelations. During the brief spells when she had dozed off, she'd had this dream over and over, where she had been trying to open the front door of her new house. What had been disturbing about the scenario had not been so much that the door had been stuck, but that her hand had been stuck to the door.
An argument can be made that nightmares did lead to the Book of Revelations.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. Tony,
There was a many-headed snake thing, and it was just like, bah, worship me. Then it was just like, wow. Then there was like blood, and
shit just started falling from the skies. Everything smelled bad. Fucking, there was dudes on horses. One of them was pale.
And there was a bush that was on fire.
they had like 18 crowns.
I might be thinking of Genesis. I don't know shit about the Bible, guys.
I don't think there was a guy on a horse in Genesis.
The Death Riders? You know, the Death Riders. What
The
are they
Death
called?
Riders in Genesis?
The four
I
horses
don't
for the
know.
apocalypse.
Yeah.
But I don't think they were there that early.
In Genesis?
Wasn't
No,
that the first book?
Are they at the end of the
Revelations.
Bible? Is that the end of the Bible, Revelations?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think the fucking horsemen of the apocalypse
Spoiler alert,
When the
guys.
Council
show
of
up in the
Nicaea
Garden of
was
Eden.
compiling it all,
for the
they were
Bible.
like, how do we end it? They were like, what about this book that scares the shit out of everybody?
How do we end the Bible? How do we end it? Everything blows up and everyone dies.
The Bible, Revelations.
That's Mel Gibson's next movie.
Is it actually?
Unfortunately, basically it is. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's doing a sequel to the Jesus one. It's called More Jesus.
Too many Jesus.
Oops, all Jesus.
It's called Jesus Christ with an exclamation point.
That was too good. We can't add on.
Tony nodded. I had a few of those myself. No.
I don't know what we're talking about anymore.
The dreams, the nightmares. She goes, no, she said in disbelief. He seemed so much in command. Did he? It was hard to believe he was scared. On the other hand, he had been driving and stood the
He had
most...
killed a man.
I know. Yeah, he'd been driving and stood the most to lose. Yeah, he was drunk as shit. It occurred to her then that although she had watched Tony... Is his last name Hunt?
I guess.
I thought it was going to be... She had watched Tony hunt for 4 years. Like, you've watched him hunt for 4 years?
We don't need last names.
Capitalized.
Don't give us last names.
Too bad. She had watched Tony hunt for 4 years. She knew absolutely nothing about the way his mind worked. He reinforced the idea when he remarked, "You would be surprised." One thing does come to me. Maybe we weren't alone that night. It would explain a lot. Someone watching us, I mean. No car drove by. I'm sure of that. But it's as reasonable an idea as any we kicked around yesterday. Brenda and I both gave Fran the 3rd degree. We really stuck it to her. I don't think there's much chance she talked. Tony nodded, quickly, like he hadn't put much credence in the possibility. Allison continued, what did you guys come up with? I would be very interested to know. Tony shrugged. The obvious mostly, except for Neil. He had 2 interesting theories. He thinks the caretaker might be someone in the group and that he or she is serious with their threats to harm us.
Allison. Oh no. I ruined it.
What?
Oh, I fixed it.
Okay.
Allison thought of Joan, but decided it would be a mistake to mention her name at this point. She didn't know how involved Tony was with her. Many times Joan had hinted that they were lovers. Perish the thought. Tony seemed too discriminating to become that involved with someone whose only redeeming quality was that she did not carry a gun.
Wait, who is this?
That was a pretty good line, Joan. I like that a lot.
That's great.
Still, Tony was a guy, and Joan was so obviously available. What was Neil's other theory? It's hard to explain. He cleared his throat. Hey, have you eaten?
It's hard to explain. Something about, like, ancient dinosaur people.
She shook her head. This was it. He was going to ask her out. He was going to fall in love with her. Would you like to go have a greasy hamburger at the mall?
Yes.
No. What? She had meant to say yes. Of all the moronic times for the connection between her brain and her mouth to fizzle, what I mean is, she stammered, I'm on a diet. He looked her over. He looked her over. Are greasy French fries on your diet?
Yes.
Oh, yes. He took her by the arm. You're an unusual young lady, Allison, said the teenage football player boy.
What the
That's how you win him over.
fuck is going on?
Oh, is the place called the Greasy Burger? Why do they keep calling it that?
It's like so obvious.
specifically?
Is
Yeah.
it
Get a Greasy
capitalized?
Burger? No, it's not capitalized. It's
Oh.
just repeated.
Is this
I
me
do-
or are you still going?
Keep going.
I'll keep going.
Oh, man, it's like the same effect that tacos has on my brain. That we've said greasy burgers so many times now. I'm like, ooh, I want a burger.
Burger would be good.
Yeah.
Chapter 5. It's been 7 days, Kip said with satisfaction, and lightning hasn't struck yet. I tell you, the caretaker was bluffing. 4 of them, Tony, Neil, Brenda, and Kip, were hanging out in the school parking lot next to Kip's car. The early summer was showing no sign of an early departure. Her heat radiated off the asphalt in rippling waves. A film of sweat had Tony's shirt glued to his chest, and he was having a hard time imagining that in less than 15 minutes he would have to start working out on the track. The week-old event to which Kip was referring was the appearance of the second command in the Times. Oh, right, I forgot it was in the newspaper.
Oh, yeah.
It had employed initials rather than a name, but otherwise it had been like the first, brief and to the point. KC flunk next calculus exam.
So that's Kip? Oh, no,
Yeah.
he's the smart one. He's got to flunk a calculus exam. That sucks for him.
So they all have to do shit that ruins their shit.
They're like, like what they're good at. Oh,
Yeah.
Allison's going to have to fuck up the play.
No.
That's what's going to happen.
Writing that
Tony's going to have to throw a football game. It's all falling into
Yeah.
place now. Neil's going to have to break his other knee.
Neil's gonna have to kill his mom.
Oh, God!
Kip had gone right ahead and gotten an A on the test. All right, Kip, Jesus. No time limit was put on when you would be hurt, Neil said, brushing brown hairs off his shoulders. Like loose?
Oh, wait, so Kip didn't do it?
Kip didn't do it.
Oh,
It's
Kip,
been a
you're
week and
fucked.
Kip did not do it.
Yeah.
The
Good, I need
Hold
something,
on.
I need
I need
something
to
bad
start
to
this
happen to these
over
kids
again.
immediately.
No time limit was put on when you would be hurt, Neil said, brushing brown hairs off his shoulder. The diabetes or the stress or simply bad genes had him shedding like crazy.
That's how it works.
Who? Whoa. Neil?
Neil, he has diabetes. And they're all pretty stressed.
Jesus.
Tony was worried about him. Neil had been out of school all last week, and he'd dropped 5 pounds from his already famished frame. He'd had the flu, he said, and was having trouble sleeping. Kip laughed. It was a joke. Isn't that obvious? I hope this all blows over before the play opens, Brenda said. Oh, I assumed Allison said that.
It will not.
I have no idea who's talking, but
Brenda.
Neil, I saw you at our rehearsal this morning. What did you think? Neil beamed. I thought you were wonderful. I left laughing. Brenda fairly lit up. Thank you. How sweet. I really like Allison as Alice, Kip had to go and say. That girl's got talent.
Wait, that's
You can
Kip.
see it just in the way she walks across the stage. He patted Brenda on the back. I think you're great, too. Brenda's light bulb dimmed. But not as great as Allison. No, I didn't say
That's
that.
Kip talking.
It's Kip. It's Kip.
Kip, it's
It's
Kip,
Kip. It's
Chris.
Kip, Chris. It's Kip.
Kip? What?
It's Kip. It's
This
been
whole
Kip
time?
talking.
It's Kip this whole time.
Oh, well,
You don't have to redo it.
I am redoing it.
I just wanted you to know what you
He's a
did
goddamn
wrong.
professional.
because it's important to the story. He's clearly saying it to hurt her.
Mm-hmm.
Because he reads into people. So, I really like Allison as Alice, Kip had to go and say. That girl's got talent. You can see it just in the way she walks across the stage. He patted Brenda on the back. I think you're great, too. Brenda's light bulb dimmed, but not as great as Allison. No, I didn't say that. She has better lines than me. She's the star. What am I supposed to do? It isn't my fault that fat phony teacher thought I didn't look the part. Please, Kip said. Let's not start this again. You're a fine actress. Allison is a fine actress. You're both fine actresses. In fact, you are probably the finer actress.
I'm picturing him wearing suspenders with his thumbs tucked in them, going like, just like jazz handing.
Is this to make him be even more annoying? So when he hopefully dies first,
I think so.
we care less.
I think so. I think it's just
We're
like,
less
don't
upset.
you want him to
Yeah.
get hurt?
You mean my style is not dramatic enough? That's what you mean, I know. Kip groaned. Oh! Wiping the sweat from his forehead that he probably sprayed with a water bottle beforehand.
Definitely.
Look, let's fight about it on the way home. I'm tired of standing in this oven. Brenda folded her arms across her chest. I'm not going home with you. Who said I was? I give you a ride home every day, I assume. Well, you assumed wrong, porpoise nose. Brenda whirled and stalked away.
Oh, boy.
Well, I love you too, Kip called. He shook his head. I sort of hope the caretaker is for real. Maybe he could scare her out of a few personality quirks.
I feel like he's turning into Rodney Dangerfield.
I sort of hope the caretaker is for real. Maybe he could scare her out of a few personality quirks.
Holy shit. Oh.
He's
Climbed in
definitely
his
gonna
car,
die.
Yeah.
fastening his seatbelt. Can I have a ride? Neil?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep,
Yeah.
alright. Can I have a ride? Neil asked. He usually walked home. His leg must be bothering him. Probably
Bad
from
knee.
walking home all the goddamn time.
I know, right?
Just don't ask me to comment on your talents, Kip said, starting the car. Neil got in the front seat. Tony leaned on the open window. I noticed you all buckled up. Since when did that start?
What?
Last week, maybe?
Why aren't these kids buckling up?
Don't they know about Ralph Nader?
It was
You gotta buckle up.
1986.
You gotta buckle up.
Yeah,
You
I need
gotta
to move.
buckle up or you'll
I was
die.
gonna say I buckled up in 1986, but I was in a little baby scene.
I did not buckle up. I was.
That's so horrifying. You
I-
told me, and I hate it.
That was in an accident.
Oh, I mean, just not buckling up in general. Like,
Yeah,
it was so drilled into us. I don't even think about it.
I never wore a seatbelt, and then it wasn't a bad accident. We just got rear-ended, but I was not wearing a seatbelt, and nothing bad happened. But it was like, I don't know if it was the accident
It could have
or
been
my
bad.
mom that put like the fear of God into me about
Yeah.
that. But then from that moment on, I was like, ooh, I should probably wear a seatbelt at all times when I'm in a car. and it's
Yeah.
moving.
Well, I'm glad you learned that lesson
Me
without
too.
breaking all your bones.
I think that was also when we got rear-ended, and there was it was like most of my family in the car, and an ambulance came, and they're like, "Is everybody fine?" And everyone's like, "Yep, yep, yep." And then I was a little kid, and I said, "My neck hurts," and then they strapped me down into like a gurney so that my head couldn't move. And my mom and brother were like kind of pissed at me because they were like, "Why did he say that? Now we have to go to the fucking hospital."
That shit's expensive.
So we went to the hospital, and I got put in a neck brace.
Mhm.
And I was in a neck brace for like a week or two. I don't remember how long.
You little
And
shit.
and then I was fine. And guess what? The two of them had to go to the fucking chiropractor later because their necks were all fucked up because we all had whiplash.
Ah.
See, wear your seatbelt.
Wear your seatbelt.
Go to the doctor.
Wear your seatbelt. Tell the
Buckle
truth
up
to
for
paramedics.
safety. Buckle up.
If you can afford it.
You can afford a seatbelt at least.
You can afford a
Well,
seatbelt.
no,
Yeah.
go to the doctor part.
Yeah, the doctor part is
Cars
a little
come with
rough
seatbelts, that's fine.
in America.
This was the
these days.
90s, so medicine was, I don't know, I think
Yeah,
free.
was it like a $20 ambulance ride? They were like, "You're small. This one's on us."
Yeah.
Oh.
We have a height discount.
We were already going to the hospital.
Yeah, we were just gonna go back there anyway. It's where the car lives.
It's where the car lives!
This is where the car lives. Get you one.
Aw.
Fuck.
All right.
R.I.P. Scooter.
R.I.P.
Going out for scooting. The scooter man. Kip was not amused. I've always worn a seatbelt. He put the car in reverse. Have fun killing yourself in practice. Thanks, Tony muttered, not sure if he was being insulted. The Maverick heaved back and charged forward, jumping the first speed bump, heading towards the steep exit at the rear of campus. Take care, Neil, Jesus God.
Beal.
Neil called out his window.
Whose car is it Kip's car? I feel like
Kip's
everyone
car.
has driven this car.
It was Kip's car, but he was really, really
But he was
drunk.
too drunk, okay.
Tony was crossing the parking lot, aiming for the boys' locker room. when Joan popped out of the metal shop, striding towards him. Man, they used to have metal shop in school.
And
We
Joan
barely
was
had
in
a
it.
wood shop.
See, now that I'm picturing Farouja Balk, it makes sense.
Makes perfect sense.
Yeah, of course she'd pop out of a metal shop.
Yeah.
She was just welding something. Dangerously.
Yeah,
Huey,
Oh, here we go.
briefly.
She was just like burning her arm with the torch, like, I don't feel anything.
probably, yeah.
Huey, do you have a fruit by the foot, like, along your upper row of teeth?
I do.
I was right. It
didn't
was an
wanna-
actual fruit by the foot.
Yeah, I didn't want it to interrupt my.
Wow, you're
I
talking
wanted
to guess
perfectly.
fruit
It doesn't even
roll-up.
sound like
can't
it's
believe-
there.
Yeah, I if I line it up here, it's just like a nice little flavor diffuser, and and you can't really notice it's there as I speak. So you got me.
I am jealous with rage.
Well, my first thought was like, did he take out like dentures or something? Like, what the fuck?
guys.
We're not that
Sorry.
old.
It's my cherry dentures.
Ooh, cherry dentures, my favorite.
Reminds me of the malt shop. Okay.
These ones have a skateboard in them you can pop out.
Tech dentures.
Where was I? Okay.
Who knows?
When Joan popped out of the metal shop, striding towards him. Joan was the only girl in the school taking metal shop. She was fond of making heavy brass necklaces and stainless steel armbands. Wearing an assortment of metal armor, tight red shorts, and a loose purple blouse, she looked ready for fun and games. Tony was not happy to see her.
What?
His lunch last week with Allison had been great. She'd been so interesting to talk with. He had been surprised. He had gone out with a number of girls and had always viewed them as people, not necessarily an inferior class, you understand. Who were there to have fun with.
Like the author.
They were humans, you know? I mean, it was...
It's almost like they have feelings.
Christopher Pike's like, I'm going to try a new character. Maybe he views women as people.
And, oh my god.
And his editor's like, you're getting there, Chris.
Maybe one day. Chris, this is one of his earliest books. He regressed.
Oh, wow, he did not improve.
No, the opposite.
Wow. The thing was, they always treated him as a celebrity. Joan, for all of her bizarre quirks, was not an exception. Indeed, more than any girl he'd known, she saw him as some kind of sex god. That was beginning to annoy him. Dude, you gotta stop.
Who, me?
He was saying that to
No,
the
no.
cat, but
Oh,
I'm
okay.
saying it to you. Like, if all
Yeah.
the words are visible, wait till you finish them, and then he pauses, then scroll down.
Mm-hmm. That's what I've been trying to do, and then that's what I thought I was doing, and then Huey was like, "Stop it!"
I have a little
Like,
voodoo
no,
doll
no.
of myself that I hang from my and the cat keeps seeing it and is like, oh well, that's obviously a toy for me.
Also,
So I have
well, yeah, and if that cat gets a claw in that voodoo doll's back, you're gonna be like, "Oh fuck!"
exactly. I look like fucking shredded to ribbons under here, guys. You can't see it. Let's see. On the drive to the mall, Allison had seemed to fit the standard mode. She told him how she had seen every touchdown he had ever thrown, how he would undoubtedly be drafted by the NFL in his freshman year in college, and how Steven Spielberg would probably be looking to use his face in a movie sometime soon. Then she must have sensed his lack of interest She must have sensed his lack of interest, for she settled down and started to talk like a real person who had not been pre-programmed by MTV and People magazine. She was so funny, every bit as witty as Kip, and a hell of a lot better looking. They had talked
She's just
about,
like a boy,
like a person.
like a person.
They had talked about everything except football and the caretaker, and after taking her back to school, he had found himself replaying in his head over and over again their time together.
He
Right,
was
I'm adding a
sitting there
little-
like, oh, must change tactics.
Yeah.
I'm adding a little plus sign next to his crush entry because he seems to be ramping it up.
Well, and who did you say he had a crush on before? Who did you write down that he had a crush on before?
He was kind of dating Joan,
Yeah.
and they specifically said like they almost had sex but then didn't.
It seems like he is cooled considerably on Joan
Yeah.
for whatever fucking reason.
Yeah, I have not.
None. I think, if anything, we have all heated up on Joan.
She's the only girl in Metal Shop.
Yeah. Oh my god.
He'd read the literature. He had the classical symptoms of infatuation. Fucking fuck.
My condolences.
He hadn't spoken to Allison since. Okay, what? Wasn't that like
they
a
went to the
month
mall?
ago or a week ago? Yeah.
Yeah.
He hadn't spoken to Allison since. He read in this book about
About emotions?
about this thing called negging. Neil might get upset. Joan might kill him. Wait, does Neil like Allison? I can't fucking remember. Too many characters. Tony, Joan said, kissing him on the lips before he could defend himself. Have you been avoiding me? Of course not. Patoo. Liar. She poked him in the gut. And he went, woohoo! Tell me why and tell me straight. What? Who talks like that?
I can't keep mentioning it because it's constant, but the way these kids talk is insane.
It's insane.
It is insane. It's
Start with liar, because that second line is a punchline.
liar. She poked him in the gut. Tell me why and tell me straight. What do you mean punchline to what?
She said, tell me straight. And then his reply is...
Oh. Sorry.
You idiot.
What I'm about to say is the punchline. I thought you meant what she said. Tell me why and tell me straight. I'm in love with Kip. Her eyes rolled.
Whoa.
Oh. Woo! Does he know? Yes, but he thinks I'm a slur.
That was not a punchline.
Nope.
But the first,
Wow.
that first line was...
The first line was, and then it got very problematic. Are you? She asked slyly, leaning close. Can you prove that you're not? Say, in about 2 hours, my parents... ... Lightning hasn't struck yet. That's no one said that. And the book said it, and I don't know what it means. Something large and loud crashed. The explosion came... Oh,
it
lightning hasn't
lightning?
struck yet. Was that from the letter? From the chain letter?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Did it say something about lightning?
I don't know. The explosion came from the direction of the steep exit his friends had just used. Tony forgot about Joan. He was running the sprint of his life. No tumbleweeds obstructed his path. But if they had, as I said, I think he would have just blown right through them.
Why even point that out?
To anger me. The sun was out and he knew where he was going. No sharp edge of the road tried to catch him looking. Still, he was on that road again, feeling the same time-warping panic. At the crest of the hill that fell beneath his feet at a 45-degree angle, he ground to a halt.
Wait, I'm confused.
Yes.
Is he having a flashback or did something explode?
No, he and Joan were flirting.
Yeah.
And then there's a loud crash from the direction where Neil and the other one, Kip, had just
Yeah.
left in a car.
And
Okay.
He has
So
PTSD
he's
from
running,
the
yeah. So he's like,
Okay.
he's
Killing
kind of flashing back to
Okay,
that road as
but he's running towards the actual explosion
Yes,
that
yes.
did just happen.
Yes.
Okay.
This
I
reads
hope
like
Neil's
Garth
okay.
Marenghi wrote it. It's like unreal.
It is hard to parse.
It certainly is. The Maverick had plowed into the 15-foot brick wall that theoretically shielded a neighboring residential area from the noisy antics of the student body. The front end was an accordion, and cracked bricks littered the ruined roof. The windshield was gone. Tony covered the rest of the way at a slow walk, afraid of what he would find. Neil was picking glass out of his hair. Kip was changing the station on the radio, on the silent radio.
What?
Do you want to ride home too? He asked casually. Tony discovered he had been holding his breath and released the stagnant air. Ew. Ew. What's wrong with your mouth? No. This was not that night. This was only a warning. What happened? He asked.
Ow.
Ooh, sorry, I didn't see your fingers there.
Okay, so they're not dead.
They're not dead. They just crashed into a brick wall.
Okay.
That cat.
Really disappointed.
What of
is
it?
just hanging out on your shoulder.
I'm aware, dude. I'm like a fucking jungle gym. I can't. Get him to...
Oh, he's wonderful.
That's so cute.
Yeah, he's pretty great. He's probably gonna fall asleep like this, and now I just have to sit like this for a while.
Right, yeah.
Yeah,
Is
you have
your
to.
arm supported at least, or are you just holding it up in the air?
Oh, I'm just holding it up in the air,
Oh God.
and he's going for my voodoo doll. You're gonna scalp me, buddy. Come on.
I know you're drinking that gin
Yes,
that you got, but from here it looks like rosé with ice cubes in it.
it does. It looks like I'm a 60-year-old aunt on a holiday to Miami Beach.
Yes, exactly.
But actually, I'm drinking gin with ice.
Yep.
Pink
Life's a
gin with
beach.
ice. My brakes took a holiday on the hill, Kip said, demonstrating the mechanical failure by pushing the unresisting brake pedal to the floor. Coincidence? I don't think so, Neil said, putting his hand to a bloody spot on his forehead. Are you okay? Tony asked. Neil nodded. Just banged my head. I should have had my seatbelt on. I'll be all right. See?
Should have had a seatbelt on.
He should be dead. He drove straight into a fucking
This
wall.
is Neil?
Yeah.
There's already so many things wrong with you, man.
Oh
Where's
my
seatbelt?
God. All your hair's gonna fall out.
God damn it, Neil.
Kip and Neil carefully extricated themselves from the front seat and sat on the curb. Tony could see others approaching in the distance, Joan included, and wanted to make a quick inspection before he had an audience. Crouching to the ground, wary of the glass shards, he scooted under the back wheels. The front tires were totaled, but he would be able to see if the rear brakes had been tampered with. I don't know. I don't know how cars work.
If I looked at the bottom of a car, I'd be like, yep.
Yep, there's car there. There's some car down there.
Sure is dirty.
At first he was confused, relieved in a sense, to see that the screws that bled the brakes had not been loosened. Then he noticed the dark red fluid smeared over the lines themselves. A closer inspection revealed that they had been minutely punctured. The saboteur had been clever. Had the screws simply been loosened... I feel like I'm reading Nancy Drew again.
Oh my God.
Had the screws simply been loosened, the fluid would have run out the first time Kip had pumped his brakes, and he would have become suspicious. As it was, with the tiny diameter of the holes, he had to hit the brakes 4 or 5 times, about the same number of speed bumps between where Kip always parked and the hill, before losing them altogether. Drink every time the book says had. Were they fixed? Kip called. Yeah. Tony pulled himself back into daylight. From the expression on his face, Kip could have just finished tea with his mother. Neil, on the other hand, looked like he was about to be sick. The lines were punctured, a nail, maybe even a pin. Didn't you notice them slipping? Nope. My favorite song was on the radio. Okay, it's 1986. They do love the Beach Boys.
They do love the Beach Boys.
What song could it be?
Oh my God, I don't know. The first thing that popped in my head was "Pour Some Sugar on Me."
All I know, I think there was a Huey Lewis song that was really popular the year I was
in
born.
'86.
Yeah.
I'll look some songs.
I was
up.
really hoping it was Never Gonna Give You Up, but I think that's later in the 80s.
For
I think
heaven's
that's 88 or 9.
Yeah, I don't know. For heaven's sake, Tony said. You both could have been killed, and look at the mess your car is in. Why does he sound like an angry mom?
The first one on here is definitely like the one that I'm picturing, just because I think it's really funny and it's Take My Breath Away. Just thinking of him listening to bow 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 as he crashes
He's just
into
like
a wall.
singing it.
Also,
He's, like,
Addicted
jamming.
to Love, Sledgehammer.
Sledgehammer's good, yeah.
Oh, Sledgehammer, yeah.
Oh, that's
Papa
a good
Don't
one.
Preach.
Danger Zone, shit.
God,
Party All the Time by Eddie Murphy.
I don't know that song.
Oh, Two of Hearts by Stacey Q.
That's a good one.
I need.
Ooh, Living on a Prayer might have been that.
All
Wow.
right. There's too many good options.
I know, just fucking Final Countdown. God damn it, 1986. You're on a roll.
I can see, Kip replied calmly, but neither of us was killed, and I have insurance.
Don't misunderstand me. I'm not taking this lightly. I have another calculus exam tomorrow, and I think I'll flunk it. He stood, brushed off his pants. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to go to the bathroom. Hitting walls at 40 miles an hour always does that to me.
40 miles an hour.
The voice is so perfect
It
for
is.
every line of dialogue I have read of this character.
No, it's truly a perfect voice for everything he has said so far in this book. It's incredible.
Tony watched him leave with a mixture of admiration and
40
exasperation.
miles an hour straight into a wall,
You'd be
and Neil
fucking
wasn't
dead.
wearing a seatbelt.
You'd be dead.
Well, his nose cushioned him hitting the steering wheel.
40 miles an hour? That's much too
25
fast.
miles
Yeah.
an hour is the equivalent of falling 3 stories.
Oh, God.
Jesus.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they'd be dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He helped Neil to his feet. Neil's head had stopped bleeding, but he must have banged his leg. His limp was much worse.
The good
Oh.
one or the bad one?
Hard to tell. You should just rest here, Tony said. Somebody had probably called the paramedics. Neil shook his head, his arms trembling. I don't have insurance. I hate doctors. I don't want to see them. I don't want to get to I only want to get to a bathroom. I have
Why
to
did
pee
they-
too. Accidents do that to me too.
Are they both shitting themselves? Why do they need the bathroom so bad? I don't understand it.
I think they both shit themselves.
Okay.
This gets better. Neil, Tony, please.
Oh, no.
He added. He pleaded, adding
Oh.
quietly,
Oh.
I think I peed my pants.
Oh,
no,
Neil,
Neil.
Jesus
Tony.
Christ.
Tony
Oh.
tore off his shirt and wrapped it around his friend's waist.
Tony's an angel.
Tony. We picked
I'll
the wrong
help you,
voice for
don't
Tony.
worry.
I know.
I have extra sweats in my locker that are too small. You'll be okay.
Oh, what a little sweet baby.
Thank you, Neil whispered, his eyes moist.
He's got
They
like
huddled.
glass in his face, but he's just sad that he pissed himself.
I don't want no one to see I peed my pants.
They huddled across the street. An ambulance could be heard wailing in the distance. Half the track team was pouring down from the stadium at incredible speeds, and Joan was leading a contingent of teachers and students out of the parking lot. You both got off lucky, Tony said. Your face could have gone through the windshield. Kip could have cracked his skull on the steering wheel. Luckily, he has that nose. It's a good thing he started wearing his seatbelt. Neil nodded weakly. It's a good thing Brenda refused to get in the car. At the foot of the hill, they stopped and stared at each other.
Dramatically.
Brenda handed Allison the early edition of The Times the following Monday morning and sat down, without comment, beside her in the 5th row of the theater. Allison opened to find the classified section and searched for a minute before finding the ad. BP, tell Mr. H, worst director world front everyone. You cannot tell Mr. Hoagland that, Allison said, not really surprised. This was only number 3, but in a queer sort of way, she was already getting used to the caretaker's messages. It would hurt his feelings. I'm not worried about his feelings. I'm worried about getting kicked off the play.
This is chapter 6, by the way.
Oh, yeah,
right.
sorry, I didn't say that.
You idiot.
I'm sorry.
Everyone's
Chapter
gonna be so
6.
confused.
I'm doing it the way that they do in shows, where like the intro starts like 30 seconds into the show.
Yeah,
Alright,
you're doing the cold open for chapter 6.
Yeah.
I'm at least happy for her that. Oh wait, was this for Brenda or for Allison?
This
I
is
wasn't
Brenda.
paying attention. Oh, it's Brenda. Never mind. I thought it was for Allison, and I was like, at least she doesn't have to throw the play. She just has to be a bitch. But if
Oh.
it's Brenda, then we still don't know what's going to happen to Allison.
Allison definitely is gonna
Oh,
happen.
I think she's last on the list.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be opening night. She's probably gonna have to fuck up the play
Oh.
opening night.
Oh, Allison.
I know.
Oh, I bet hers is like confess in front of everyone.
Ooh.
That
Or, like,
you fucking with the
like,
radio wrecked
Take a
the car.
shit on the stage.
What? Those are very, very different things.
Yeah.
Very different vibe.
Take a shit on the stage, have a Matchbox car, run the Matchbox car into the shit, and then at the end say, you want to know what it's called? The Aristocrats.
Boom.
That
She'll
would
be-
be humiliating.
She'll be so successful.
Let's see, what was I worried about? I'm worried about getting kicked off the play. But you hate playing Essie. How can you say that? Or are you just so anxious to run the whole thing? Right. I'd look real cute on stage answering my own questions. Allison was getting a mite sick of Brenda's jealousy. So, are you going to do it? Do I have a choice? I don't want a brick wall to fall on me. He's not up to code. Allison glanced at the door, their sleepyhead cast stumbling in, followed by their bright-eyed teacher. She added, I just hope the jerk gives me half an excuse to chew him out. With the opening night of You Can't Take It With You rapidly approaching, Mr. Hoagland wanted them to run through all of Act 1 today, finishing the other 2 acts Tuesday and Wednesday morning.
Everyone seemed comfortable with their lines. Unfortunately, Fran had yet to return the props. What the fuck are you doing with the props, Fran? God knew... God knew what she was doing with them. Nice. So far, Fran had been able to stall Mr. Hall.
Try it again.
Take 2. So far, Fran had been able to stall Mr. Hall. He's the principal?
Yeah.
Okay. She didn't want to repaint Teddy until she was sure the caretaker was through enjoying the goat. Ugh.
Yeah, that's fair.
Ugh. I don't like that sentence.
Not a good way to,
No. Kip thought she should go ahead with the job, collect the money, get another command to restyle it as a pig, receive another request to fix it, and keep collecting the money. In classic Kip
I don't know.
fashion.
That's not a terrible idea.
Yeah. It's a free market. Fran did not think that was funny. Alice did not appear on stage until approximately 10 minutes into the play, so Allison sat in the seats not too far from Mr. Hoagland and waited to see if Brenda had the guts to carry through. Since there were few... Do we know what she's doing, Brenda? Did it say what she has to do?
She has to tell him he's the worst director in front of everyone.
Gasp. I missed that. That's fucked up. Since there were few non-drama students present, she briefly wondered how the caretaker would know if Brenda had committed the foul deed or not. Then she had the disturbing idea that the caretaker must be present. She scrutinized the 6 people unconnected with the play who were watching the rehearsal. 3 girls, 3 guys. She didn't recognize a single one. They must be either freshmen or sophomores, aspiring actors, too young, so it would seem, to be behind such a complex scheme. Then she realized that if Brenda did tell Mr. Hoagland off, the whole school would know about it by break and the rest of the city by lunch. You might be
Really?
overestimating the importance of your high school play.
I don't even think
Yeah.
the school would know,
No, I don't either.
much less the city.
I don't either. One way or another, if he or she had listening ears as opposed to the seeing ones, the caretaker would know what had gone down.
He's gone ear blind.
My ears can't taste anything. One thing you had to give Brenda, she didn't hesitate. Oh, God. I know it's going to happen on the next page, and I'm so
No,
sad that I
I'll
don't
let
get to
you
do
do
it.
it.
No. She had hardly appeared on stage when she began to do Essie's idiotic stretching exercises in an unusually obscene manner. Spread-eagled and the like is what it says. And she called it the Aristocrats.
Spread-eagled, etc.
Spread-eagle, etc. Flashing it to everyone. Mr. Hoagland called for a halt. Do we do a voice for Mr. Hoagland?
I just kind of did like, oh, yes.
That was also the principal. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna do my own thing.
Actually, no, I haven't done the director.
He's a drama teacher.
Brenda, he said
There
kindly,
you go.
waddling his way to the front, tugging thoughtfully at his gray beard, not knowing he was about to have his professional qualifications severely questioned
By a child.
by a child. This is not an audition for hair. Why are you being so suggestive?
It's like a Muppet I never knew existed.
That's such
He's
a
got a
compliment.
Muppet name.
Yeah, Hoagland.
Mr. Hoagland.
Hoagland? How else is Hoagland supposed to sound? Hoagland, the drama teacher.
Look at those little paws on his face. You can't see, but they're great.
Oh.
You'll see it later. Oh my god. I don't know what you mean, Brenda said. Mr. Hoagland did not like to argue. Could you please perform Essie's limbering exercises as you have done for the last 3 weeks? He turned back towards his spot in the last row. Brenda stopped him with a word. No. Mr. Hoagland paused. What did you say? I'll do them the way I feel is best. You're the one who's always telling us to be natural on stage. Well, that's exactly what I'm doing. Letting it all hang out. I don't know.
Oh, she's great. And I do love that she's just like, fuck it, I'm just going to do it.
Although I don't know why I listen to you at all. To tell you the truth, I think you're the worst director in the entire world. Damn. Fine, Allison thought. She had got the line out. Now, if she could tactfully withdraw, Mr. Hoagland might let it pass. But either Brenda thought the caretaker would want more blood, or else she was really speaking her mind. And when Brenda started on the ladder, a brick wall couldn't have shut her up. Allison began to squirm in her seat. Brenda, Mr. Hoagland said, startled. That's very unkind of you. I think you should apologize. This is a free country. I can speak my mind. You have your tastes and I have mine. And our tastes are far, far apart. Of course I'm not a perfect Essie. I was never meant to play such a dumb cluck.
Cluck?
Yep, sure.
Yes.
A dumb cluck. But you said I didn't have the right look for Alice. What's that supposed to mean? Alice is pretty. I'm pretty. So why did you pick Allison over me? Damn. I'll tell you why. Because you're a talentless, pompous, burned out. Enough! Mr. Hoagland said sharply, his red cheeks puffing up like a beaver's. Allison felt terrible for him. Shouldn't she feel terrible for herself also? Brenda was just mean to her.
Well, I think she was getting out what she was already feeling.
I know, but she's like, I think it's implying that she's prettier than Allison. Allison. Since that is how you feel, young lady, your part will go to someone more appreciative. Please excuse yourself from the room. Brenda swallowed painfully, lowering her head, realizing she had let herself get carried away. But as she trudged down the stage steps, passing the instructor, she did not stop to apologize. She walked straight for the door. Allison flew after her, catching her in the hallway. Tears were forming at the corners of Brenda's eyes, but she would not let herself cry. Oh, Brenda.
Are you okay? Allison asked. I'll live. Then she stopped and gave a lopsided smile. How was I? Allison put her arm around her shoulder. It was a great performance. I'm sure the caretaker would be proud. Sometime later.
The real tragedy is that she's a good actress.
I know. She just proved it, and he doesn't even know.
He doesn't even know.
Tony asked Allison on a formal date the day after Brenda's parents grounded their daughter for 2 weeks for shooting her mouth off. The proposal happened under fairly trite circumstances. They were passing in the hallway, and she just happened to drop all of her books. He stopped to help. And when she was all in one piece and through thanking him, he asked if she was busy Friday night. She did it again. She said yes when she meant no, but he got the picture. I don't understand.
Wait.
He asked if she was busy Friday night, and she said yes when she meant no, because she's always doing that. When he asks her out, she's like...
Scroll down now so I don't get tripped up.
She's like, no. Yup.
Allison dressed for the date with care, several times in fact, hampered by a lack of information on what Tony had planned. She donned an expensive flowered dress, squeezed into a pair of tight jeans.
How are you supposed to know? Is it going to be cold? Is it going to be warm?
Yeah.
Are you going to be wet?
Finally.
Are you going to be dry?
Finally settling on what seemed a compromise, a green plaid skirt and a light turtleneck sweater.
Really?
She worked on her makeup for an hour and discovered when she was CoverGirl perfect
That's
that
what
she
you
was
landed
on? She worked on her makeup for an hour and discovered when she was CoverGirl perfect that she was allergic to an ingredient in a previously untried blush.
No, you can't try
sneezing.
new products, the day you have to do something.
Yeah.
You got to give it a couple weeks.
Ugh.
She was washing it all off when she saw Tony's Ford Tempo cruising up her deserted block.
What's a Ford Tempo?
She was lucky to get on her lipstick. Tony charmed her mother and reassured her father, and still Allison was glad when they were out of the house and seated in his car, his Ford Tempo. He was wearing dress slacks, but an undistinguished short-sleeved shirt. And she decided that their attire was fairly matched. The upholstery had a fresh new smell. Is this car yours? She asked. He smiled. That's right. I've had this Ford Tempo when we went to the mall. It actually belongs to my dad. Oh, I'm sorry. It actually belongs to my dad. My car looks like Kip's did after it hit the wall.
I was going to say, Ford Tempo is much, much less cool looking than a Maverick.
Yeah, it's really a
Okay.
very bland car.
It's quite bland. When you think of like bland family sedan from the 80s, that's a Ford Tempo.
Yeah.
Very
Like
boxy.
Like
Quite
a Toyota
boxy.
Tercel, those ones that just didn't. Nope, we didn't need to bring them forward. We dropped them behind.
Well, also in the 80s, every car brand had a car that looked exactly like every other competitor's
Yeah.
version of it.
Yeah.
She liked how he was not out to impress her with what neat wheels he drove, like so many other guys. When he had taken her out to lunch, she had been amazed to discover that. She had been amazed to discover he was not even remotely like she had imagined. Where had her suave, iron-nerved athlete gone? She didn't know, and she didn't care. He was very much the dreamer. One revelation had summed up the afternoon. He had told her that he hated football. He started the car. What would you like to do?
He doesn't
Make
have a
out.
plan.
Yeah, right? This is a bad date.
Yeah.
God.
Make out, Allison thought.
Oh, damn.
I'm hungry, that is. If
For
you're
your lips.
Would you like to eat? Sure, I know a joint that serves Weight Watchers French fries. She laughed. My diet, oh yeah, I'm over that. Right now, I could eat a whole cow. That is, if we could find a restaurant around here. You know, Tony, I could have met you back in a normal section of town. You didn't have to drive all the way out here. They rolled forward. Tony studying the empty houses, the wide blank windows, the unstained concrete driveways, the deserted sidewalks. Are you still the only people in this tract?
That does sound really creepy.
Very creepy.
Just living in a neighborhood with a bunch of empty houses.
Yeah, that's a great setup
I don't
for
like it.
this and for like
Yeah.
a horror
Yeah.
movie, yeah.
Yeah.
That
You know the fucking, what's he
The
called?
caretaker?
Caretaker is squatting in one of those houses. One of those model
%.
homes.
There's no way he's not, or she, in one of those
Or she.
houses, or she.
Oh, Jesus. Sorry, one of the dogs just came in and woke Broody up.
Oh.
I'm gonna do a
Nope.
supercut for TikTok of how cute your cat is. Look at him go!
Look at that little face.
Look at that little face. I'm sorry.
There we go. Sorry, I wanted to look at the camera. Come on, set her
It
up.
was perfect.
Come on.
I know, Alfie's not even here to
I know.
give him a run for his money.
And the only cat that is here is our fucking
Yeah,
nutso one.
Pancakes, and I think she sees a ghost bug on the floor 'cause
Yeah.
she keeps pawing at the floor and there's nothing fucking there.
Yeah, I can see her. She looks like she's too
She's
high.
been she's been standing in one place in a corner of the carpet, staring at nothing. This entire time.
And, like very occasionally, like slowly just pawing at nothing.
Yeah.
She's nuts. You know how
It's all that LSD.
people are like, animals can see like ghosts and shit, whatever. I feel like she, more than any other animal I've ever met, really seems to see some shit,
Oh, okay.
and it's unnerving occasionally.
Yeah.
But anyway, tell me more about this date.
Sure. You want to take this one, Broody? No, all right, cool. Nobody here but us chickens. It looks like it's going to stay that way for a while. This is a great voice for this character. She
It
does
is.
talk like
Oh damn!
I went for a walk around Sunset yesterday and ran into one of the brokers who has been showing the houses. Before, he told me that difficulties with the group financing package were slowing buyers from moving in. But now it seems the developers are having major cash flow problems. The contractors haven't all been paid, and there are lawsuits and liens and bad blood. I can have my choice of over 200 different bedrooms.
There's literally no single teenager on the face of the earth who would have all of this information memorized and who would give a fuck about any of it to recite it.
100, yeah, there's zero chance.
Isn't Nobody Here But Us Chickens a song from Fallout 76?
Yeah, I think so. Or
I mean, obviously it's a regular song, but
Yeah.
I remember
Yeah.
it from that
I
game.
think it was from that game, but yeah,
Yeah.
it's definitely like an old time.
I was like, I've heard that before.
here but us chickens.
Let's see. 200, but I can have my choice of over 200 different bedrooms. She made the joke to soften the edge that had automatically begun to creep into her voice. At first, the empty area had spooked her, the way that her steps echoed like pursuing footfalls, how her words called back to her as they rebounded off the silent walls. But now the lack of humanity was outright weighing on her soul. More and more, she felt like she was being watched.
And she probably was.
Dun dun dun!
Still, she continued her twilight walks. The fright drew as well as repelled her. Sorry, that was an awkward sentence.
I was so proud you got through Twilight Walks. And then that next sentence destroyed you.
Yeah. It was as if she were searching for something she intuitively felt she needed to find to be safe. Do they have a guard to protect against vandalism? Allison nodded. Mm-hmm. Harry, yeah. He drives around in this tiny security cart. He's always drunk. The Hells Angels could show up in force and he probably wouldn't notice them. Drunk old Harry.
Guys, come on in.
Hey, Allison. Ooh, it's a quiet night tonight. I'll be careful not to run him over, Tony said, picking up speed, rapping through the maze to the street that led to the freeway a few miles south.
That's not a good joke, Tony.
A good joke. Neither of them laughed.
Yeah.
And they probably sat in silence for like 15 minutes.
Yeah, he was probably
Oops.
like, oops, I should not have said that.
And don't worry about me having to come out this way. I enjoy driving. When I'm not killing people. He grinned. Especially when I can see where I'm going. He keeps joking about it.
Jesus Christ.
It was the only reference made to the incident all night. They both deserved a break. He could have said nothing.
Yeah.
They drove forever and ended up in a restaurant not far from Grant High. Tony explained that since he was such a local hero, the meals would be on the house. Really? It was a joke she believed while she was ordering her lobster. But he had New York steak, so she didn't feel so bad, and she really was starving. She'd read that love, or maybe it had been lust, stimulated the appetite. They planned to go to a movie after dinner, but they talked so long over dessert that they missed the last show. They ended up flying...
What?
Wow. The 80s were different, guys.
Wow, the 80s were different. Hey, Bekah, do you know what they did after they ate dinner?
What
and
did
talked
they do?
so long that they
Wait,
missed the last showing of a movie?
So he did have to pay for her lobster?
Yes.
Okay. What did they do?
They ended up flying a kite in the park across from the school.
What? No, they didn't.
Allison had never flown a kite at night. Neither has anyone. There's literally a joke about it in The Simpsons.
It's almost like, what would be the point?
There's a scene in The Simpsons where Bart is flying a kite at night, and Marge is like, there's something so unsettling about that. And it's just him being creepy. Oh, fuck. Okay. You couldn't see the silly thing and knew it was up there somewhere only by the tug on the string. What fun. When they were done, Tony simply let it go. What the where'd you fucking get a kite?
Hey, don't kink shame. That's his thing.
I'm sorry, I won't. Don't kite shame.
I'm into kite play.
I'm into kite play. Oh my god, I can't get off unless I fly a kite first. I keep them in my trunk.
At night.
I keep
and then let it go at the end.
Night. Yeah, I let it go at the end.
And then we don't even have sex because I'm done now.
I'm done.
Yeah, that's what gets me off.
I got mine.
Yeah. How was it
He
for
lets
you?
go and he's like, ooh.
Oh my god. And she's like, do you need to go get it? And he's like, oh my god.
There it goes.
I never want to see it again.
I never want to see it again.
I can't look at it again.
Holy shit.
His trunk's full of kites.
Yeah. Yeah.
My tools.
God. What were you looking at? Did you hear any of our hilarious kite talk?
A little bit.
The evening went by in a flash. On the drive home, even the kite flying. I'm so sorry. I'm hung up on it. Like a kite in a tree. On the drive home.
I was about to say.
On the drive home, Allison began to worry what was going to happen. They had already flown a kite. She had no intention of giving up her virginity on the first date. She would put up a fair fight, so she told herself, but she was kind of hoping to put some tarnish on her good girl image period. With Tony, knowing he had gone out with Amazon Joan, it's the first time we've called her that, she wasn't sure what to expect. He had, in fact, talked about Joan over dinner. He had said dating Joan was more like being in a war than being in a relationship, and he was, quote, filing for conscientious objector status, which sounded
do that in a war?
encouraging to her.
Classic 17-year-old shit.
It's what Muhammad Ali did, and he got arrested for it.
For what does that mean?
It means you're a conscientious objector to the war, so you're not going to go fight.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're like you're choosing to remain neutral or opposed to it and will not fight for any reason.
Okay. Sorry, I don't know about war. He parked directly in front of her house, and she was disappointed. Necking would have been much simpler around the block. They certainly wouldn't have had to rent a motel room. He turned off the ignition and looked at her for a long time. 20 minutes. The streetlights weren't working, and she couldn't read his expression. I had a great time, he said finally.
That kite was chef's kiss.
Oh my god.
Sorry, I zoned out. I was just thinking about the kite again.
Yeah. I bet you say that to all your girls. She smiled, clasping her hands together to keep them from shaking. The move only caused her arms to start shaking.
Oh my god.
I bet you say that to all your
really
kites.
Funny.
Yeah.
You're right, he said. He reached over and pulled her toward him. He had his arm around her and had kissed her once before she knew what had happened.
Oh, shit.
Just her luck. Her first important kiss since she had missed it. He just like, and threw her back.
Get out of here.
His
He
lips...
handled her like a kite.
I missed all the kite jokes. I don't know what you're talking
Oh, man.
His lips,
It's
however...
really funny.
I can't wait to enjoy it later when we listen to ourselves. Just her luck. Oh, and she had missed it. His lips, however, were still only inches away, and she prepped her brain to make a permanent record of all the sensations to come.
Allison, live in the moment.
What was your name anyway? He asked. Ralph, she whispered. She could see his eyes. That was all. God, they're so funny.
Banter.
His hand had slipped down her right side. It kind of tickled, but she didn't want to laugh and spoil the mood. You know, he said, running his other hand through her curls, you have incredibly beautiful hair for a Ralph.
Oh, hang on. Real quick. Huey.
Yes.
They described Allison in great detail at the beginning of the book, and so I drew what was described, and so I just want you to picture this is
Like a police sketch.
This is what he's
Okay.
This is what is happening in the car right now.
Oh my god. I swear to God, though, if you just held up a picture of a kite, I would have lost my mind.
Damn it, missed opportunity.
Shit. Well, hold on. I have a bunch of terrible banter and just kissing to get through.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
My middle name is Susie, and that was the honest truth. Allison, Susie, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
She wanted him to kiss her again, preferably soon. Her parents would have heard the car pull up. Their bedroom was on the opposite side of the house, but her dad might, if she didn't come inside shortly, come to the front door. But Tony seemed content to play with Ralph's hair. I had a great time, too. What was your name? Call me Tony. Tony? Yeah. She kissed him. It was a hard, deep one, and it lasted a while.
Oh.
As the seconds turned into minutes. That sounds the way someone who's never kissed a person would describe it.
Yeah, it's hard and deep.
It was hard and deep, and it lasted a while.
Yeah.
Kind of wet.
Yeah. She
A
felt
lot of sand.
Smelled weird.
She felt a pleasant falling sensation, like she was a warm, tropical cloud, and another part of her was rain, and she was releasing to the earth. Yeah, I know what part of her is
Or
rain.
her pants.
I wonder
Oh
what
my.
that's a metaphor
Goodness.
for.
You don't fly a kite in the rain, lady. Jesus.
That's Kite 101.
That's Kite 101. Brenda was outside.
Perhaps
All right.
she was being overly romantic. She decided it was a distinct possibility when she slipped off the seat and bumped her head on the dashboard, her legs bunching around the stick shift. So much for her falling rain. Her skirt ran up her legs practically to her hips, and if her dad decided to check on them now, her relationship with Tony would be history. You have nice legs, he observed, offering his hand. She made it back into her seat without major difficulty. Thank you.
How did she bump her head on the dashboard?
Did she jump on him and then immediately go back?
It's a Ford Tempo thing.
Maybe.
Yeah, the dashboard's up here.
Yeah.
The inside of a Ford Tempo looks like a Chuck E. Cheese. Are we in danger here? She laughed softly. Ha ha, it depends on what you're afraid of. He had a hand resting on her bare knee.
Fuck.
And the other one was tracing erotic circles inside her ear.
Inside her ear?
And the ear is the kite of the bud. And this was not her imagination. His touch was pure delight. It says delight, but I ad-libbed. If it's of my dad, yes. Dads don't frighten me. I'm bigger than most of them. That's so dumb. It's just a dumb line. What does frighten you? She asked absently, leaning back, closing her eyes, his hand moving from her leg to her chin. She waited for a kiss that never came. Let's roll down, please.
What the fuck is he doing? What the fuck? Let me get my finger in your ear.
I hope she uses a Q-tip on a regular basis.
What does frighten you? You. It's easy to be with you. Too easy, maybe. Like a kite without a string. He traced her lower lip lightly, sending a nice shiver to the base of her spine, then withdrew both of his hands and sat back. She opened her eyes, feeling a pang. Of what, we will never know. He was staring up the road. What is it? She asked. Nothing. This uncomfortable moment wasn't supposed to be in the evening script. He was hers tonight, wasn't he? Joan, she mumbled, feeling sore from all the kite flying. No. Tony, you can tell me. No, he said, raising his voice. He added quietly, it isn't another girl. Now, wait a second, she thought. Tony wasn't his... Calling her Ralph? It couldn't be. What the hell is going on here?
Is it Ralph? That caught him off guard, and she was infinitely relieved to see him smile and shake his head. No, I'm old-fashioned. I still think girls are prettier than boys. Then what is it? Can't you tell me? He did not answer right away. His attention seemed drawn far off, or perhaps he was so closely considering her question that he had forgotten her. The effect was the same, and she no longer felt his closeness. Okay. It's not my place to talk about it, he said finally. I shouldn't have brought it up. I'm sorry.
Brought what up?
He touched the keys. I should be getting home.
What is going on?
That he prefers sickly-looking twink boys named Neil.
Tony, she pleaded softly, putting her hand on his shoulder. This was no way to say goodbye. Left this way, up in the air, she might not be able to get sleep tonight. He wouldn't look at her. Sweet dreams, Allison. I really like you. But can't we go out together again? She asked. Dying a bit, waiting for his answer, he glanced up the road, at the rows of empty houses, and frowned. That might not depend on you or me, he said. Ominously.
Bum, 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 bum.
What?
Is
he just stressed about the caretaker?
Confused as me? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't fucking know.
It seems like he saw something, like in the street. I thought he saw something, like
maybe he just saw like a spooky figure and remembered that their lives are being threatened, basically.
Yeah, that's my
caretaker.
My
who's
only
taking care of all the vacant houses.
Ooh.
Oh.
Well, there's a security guard.
Yeah,
is there a caretaker?
Security guard?
Oh man, if it's the drunk security guard, I know what you kids did.
I know what you did. It wasn't good.
I love drinking and driving too.
Give me
have that in common at least.
At least I have the decency to do it in a golf cart.
I was having so much fun until that last little bit that I got extremely confused by.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
We're
Well,
not
anyway.
meant to know.
Say what?
We're not meant to know.
We're not meant to
It's
know.
Tony's secret for now.
Yeah, maybe next time. Oh boy, what a chain letter. Huey, what did you think of your first time reading Christopher Pike with us?
I enjoyed this because it was so oddly verbose that it's like it's just like it's a lot of unnecessary details. It's a lot like if J.R.R. Tolkien had like brain damage. That's sort of how this reads. I
Instead
like
of
it.
trees, he described women's bodies.
Yeah. Holy shit.
And kites.
Teenage girls. Sorry, just to clarify.
Specifically teenage girls, yeah.
Night kites.
Night kites. Working on my night kites.
Kites.
Wow.
I cannot imagine being like 17 and going on a date involving lobster at a restaurant next to your high school and then flying kites
Nope.
at night.
It makes no sense. It makes no sense.
I will say this book is very Pike.
It is. It's extreme. It's extremely
It's
Pike.
very Pike, but also it's very tame so far. Like I'm waiting for a bunch of violent deaths or something.
Someone actually commented on one of either our episode or clips of like one of the first episodes that we've put out for this, and said that this is one of his tamest or tamer books. I guess because it's older.
Yeah.
Like it's one of
Well,
the earlier
it's
ones.
still crazy at least. I guess if it doesn't get really fucked up, that's still fine.
Yeah, I feel like baseline Pike is absolutely insane. Like night kites, like he still does the craziest, weirdest shit. If
But
you
also-
don't approach like immortal dinosaur people, I'm kind of okay with it.
Yeah. That's also so specific. It feels like it must have happened to him before.
The night kites.
Night kites.
Yeah. He's probably just into night kites.
And this far
Yeah.
through.
Oh shit, that's awesome. Well, Huey, thank you for reading with us. We love to have you on the show.
Absolutely, it's enjoyable to be here.
Oh my god, I read the next few sentences of the next chapter.
Oh,
I'm so
no.
excited.
What would you like people to know about? What would you like to plug, if anything?
Let's see. Oh, I'm gonna plug the thing that's had me up till 3:30 a.m. the past week. I recommend the video game Arc Raiders. It's a lot of fun.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to say Outer Worlds 2, honestly.
No,
That's okay.
I don't have anything against. I do want to play that.
Yeah.
but Arc Raiders. I mean, the aesthetics. The it's just so much fun.
Interesting.
It's an extraction shooter, so if it's not your thing,
Is that
Don't
like
get it.
Helldivers?
Yeah. It is,
Okay.
but it's there are other characters, like other people playing who can kill you, but you can kill them too. But honestly, if you play
I'll be bad
solos,
at that.
most of the people are just chill.
Oh,
They're just
that's
like,
nice.
no, don't shoot, and everybody kind of
Yeah.
works together. I had a guy.
That's shocking.
He's like, you want to join up? I started following him. He had a key to a rare area. He opened it and he split all the loot with me and gave me like a rare
That's
gun.
so
And then we left
nice.
together.
That's so nice.
It's been shockingly like a friendly experience.
That's awesome.
I don't have the kind of luck to play shit like that.
I love when you have a nice experience with someone
Yeah.
in a game. It's
Yeah.
so rare. It's so
it
rare
feels
that
so
I
much
just
more
don't
wholesome.
play online a lot.
Yeah.
But I just remember playing Left 4 Dead 2, and that game specifically,
Yep.
every random person I played with on the fucking mics in the chat, they were all so nice.
Yeah.
Just like helping each other.
Yeah, nice people specifically played Left 4 Dead 2 for some
Yeah,
reason.
that was just like the chillest people.
it's like the chillest game,
chillest
like
audience.
the unchillest game.
Just killing zombies and helping each other up when you're dying.
Yeah, that's so funny. All right, cool. Arc Raiders.
Yeah.
Arc Raiders 2, you said?
just one.
Just one. I don't know what the fuck.
Do you want to
I'm
plug
talking
Mag at all, or
Oh, I guess that's coming up. Yeah. Although they just sold out all their tickets today.
about. Oh, never
So
mind.
I could plug it, but you can't
it
go.
doesn't need a plug?
Yeah.
Chris, what would you like to plug?
I would like to plug, if the listeners are a fan of any of the hijinks on this show, then I would like to invite you on a improvisational comedic adventure that we like to call The Sketchy Show, with me, Jonathan, sometimes Bekah, and almost always John Walker, returning champion of this show. The Sketchy Show. It's a funny sketch show. It's available wherever you get your podcasts.
Yeah. Anything, Becca?
Nothing for me.
All right. Well, thank you for listening. You can follow Below Grade Level on Instagram and TikTok, and you can follow Cactus Rodeo, where this and all of our other stuff is, on Facebook and YouTube. Come back next time to find out what happens to this fucking gang of children who are all still here on the next installment of Chain Letter. We love you. Bye.
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 Below Grade Level is a Cactus Rodeo production. You can subscribe to and follow Below Grade Level on TikTok, Instagram, Spotify, Apple, and wherever you find podcasts. Contact us at podcast@cactusrodeo.com and discover more of what Cactus Rodeo has to offer on Facebook and YouTube.